Welcome to the next edition of Mike's At It First here on a Tuesday night, live on 12 Sports as Eagle TV channel 761. A reminder that tonight's show is being brought to you proudly by MyBookie.ag. When you sign up to MyBookie.ag for your sports betting needs, enter the promo code 12 Sports, promo code 120Z Sports, all caps, no spaces, for up to a $1,000 deposit bonus. On today's Mike's At It First, we're talking Giannis Antetokounmpo stays put, as I told you he would. We're also going to talk about how the Ravens beat the Browns once again, and was I impressed with Cleveland? Is Baltimore getting their legs back under them? Are the Pittsburgh Steelers frauds? And did the Buffalo Bills expose them for being such? Patrick Mahomes threw 3 interceptions in a win. Was it enough to push Aaron Rodgers to front runner of the MVP race? Jalen Hurts provided the upsets. Is he the answer going forward? Was I wrong? And Week 14 Mike rank, you know what it is. Let's get this thing going, and we'll be right back. We're talking Giannis right now.
Drink Aid, ready for distribution worldwide.
As I told you guys on September the 6th, 2020, Giannis Antetokounmpo was not going anywhere. It's not like Giannis was raised in Maryland or Wyoming or Nebraska and just wanted to get to the big city. No, Giannis Antetokounmpo was raised in Greece. Granted, he probably still likes the city, as most young people would. But Giannis is a guy compared to guys like Russell Westbrook and Michael Jordan. He's a killer. And while he has mentioned that he would not mind teaming up with certain players, he is definitely not a guy that will just go bounce to another team like the Warriors, the Lakers, or the Clippers, or the Miami Heat. Giannis has been treated like a king in Milwaukee. There's a reason he stayed. And Giannis provided something the NBA wanted for so long. And that was for somebody to sign the Supermax with a team. That was somebody to sign a Supermax with a team that was not very well known, like the Lakers or the Rockets or the Warriors. The NBA did this thing right, as they do a lot of things. But this was monumental in terms of the future of the league. Yes, we know KD and Kyrie are in Brooklyn. But Miami, despite it being a bubble, coming off of an Eastern Conference championship. You've got the Sixers. Joel Embiid went off tonight in the first half against the Celtics, I believe. And now you've got Giannis with the Bucks. Seems like a super team montage is becoming a dynamic duo or solo act. We know Damian Lillard is all in with Portland, and while that may be his downfall, the fact is that this Supermax thing is working out for the NBA. Now, do I see Giannis winning a championship in the next 5 years? Possibly. I'm not a guy who says possibly. A lot of you say yes or no, but it really depends on quite a lot of things. Like the Miami Heat may not get past the Brooklyn Nets if the Brooklyn Nets are healthy this year. That's not taking away from what they did. As a Miami Heat fan, I love what the Miami Heat did this past season. But the facts are, Giannis has at least guaranteed the Bucks to be contending. So, while they may not be the threshold of the NBA, it's very good to see them still have their guy. And again, much like in Portland, this could be to the downfall of Giannis Antetokounmpo, as it has been to Damian Lillard. But Giannis is going to gain a lot of respect. He did not join the Miami Heat, the team that beat him. He did not join the Warriors to just show up and just start winning championships. No, he stayed in Milwaukee. And again, what's going to happen? I could see him getting a ring, maybe not more than one, but I'm very happy that he stayed when he did. And again, September the 6th of 2020, that was this year, I made my first declaration publicly that I felt like Giannis would stay. And I was correct. I will actually air that segment on my YouTube channel. Mike said it first on YouTube. Is a growing channel. I have no subscribers yet, but that's okay. That's your fault, not mine. Let me shut up. But no, great job for the Bucks. I talked about this a few weeks ago that I felt like the Bucks really they didn't do themselves any favors by getting Drew Holiday, but they definitely showed Giannis, hey, we're really trying to keep you, if that means anything in his eyes. And I believe it did, because again, Giannis has been treated like absolute royalty. And there's no reason why a person from Greece would just bounce to LA. It just made no sense. Again, a young person might love the city. I don't know if he loves it that much. Other things for Giannis, what does this do for the Miami Heat? Personally, now I guess James Harden might work in my mind, but what are you giving up? And as a Miami Heat fan, I have to talk about this because Giannis was the guy that I think Miami probably wanted. So this was huge for the Miami Heat. Do they pull the trigger on James Harden now? I believe if they wanted James Harden, they would have already thrown the books at him. But they have not done that just yet. So Giannis signing with the Bucks was huge. 5 years, $228 million. That's impressive. As for the Warriors, what do they want to do now? Do they bring in James Harden? Probably not, because they've already got Klay Thompson sitting on the water, just waiting to get healthy again, hopefully. But this makes the James Harden saga that much more interesting, especially as a Miami Heat fan, and I do not want to admit that. The Baltimore Ravens beat the Cleveland Browns once again. I will not get into the poop joke that was last night when Lamar Jackson did a thing where he went to the bathroom and came back and showed up. So that was, listen, that's not funny, but it is at the same time. Now, the Cleveland Browns, to me, earned my respect a lot in this game because I'm sitting there falling asleep watching this game between the Ravens and the Browns last night, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, Ravens are about to pull away, Ravens are about to pull away, Ravens are about to pull away. But the Browns just kept on coming. And that even meant that Baker Mayfield, despite throwing a bad interception when the game was losing momentum for the Browns, he still fought back. Kareem Hunt fought back. Jarvis Landry fought back. Yeah, the Browns did not want to allow that many points. But I was impressed with what Kevin Stefanski did. As a person who was personally picking the Browns to make the playoffs this year, I want to make it very clear it was not because of Kevin Stefanski. I felt like the Cleveland Browns were going to be good just because they had a great roster in place. Not granted, they've had a few good rosters in the past, but I felt like they were just chemistry away from doing something. Now, granted, Kevin Stefanski is to be commended, because I'll put it this way. That man went for fourth down like 5 times last night, and that was insane. Like, I could not believe how aggressive that man was being. This is a rookie head coach. Maybe he's got nothing to lose because he's 9-3 or 9-4 after last night, but it still was like very ballsy, if you will, to be going for it that many times, especially early on in the game. And I felt like that was a great thing for the Browns to see. I'm sure their fans were on their edge of their seats, but how many times can Cleveland Browns say that over the past, 100 years, Like, wow, I was really excited watching that Browns game. That's something the city of Cleveland deserved to have. They are diehard fans, and for people that think they're overly optimistic, they're not Cowboys fans. When I say Cleveland fans are brutally honest with themselves, Cleveland fans have suffered. They have suffered for years. And I felt like the Browns finally have a good team. Now, does that mean they're going to be bounced in the first round or the divisional round of the playoffs? probably the divisional round. We'll have to see how the matchups and how injuries are working out. But if I'm being completely fair with myself here, it's not a lost season for Cleveland. They are most likely going to win 10 games this year. And that's unheard of in that city for the past how many ever years. So, shout out to the Browns for looking impressive. Now, the other part of this is, are the Ravens back? Well, the last couple of weeks, the Baltimore Ravens have played, make sure I'm getting this correct, they played the Cowboys and they played the Browns. Now, obviously, the most impressive win of those two has been the Browns, because the Browns are a 9-win team this year. That being said, the Cowboys were also impressive. Because how many times do we see any given Sunday play out, especially this season with no fans? Greg Roman has some explaining to do, and while Lamar Jackson had not been himself the last 5 or 6 games. The last 2 weeks, the Ravens have asserted their dominance. Now, what does that mean for my mic rank? Well, you have to stay tuned, because about 10:35, I'll have the newest mic rank for you guys. But right now, the Baltimore Ravens are back. But being the Cowboys and the Browns, I still want to see a little bit more, But really good job for the Ravens to win this game. And again, the Ravens had a chance in this game. Both teams knew what was going to happen. I believe there was like 9 or 10 rushing touchdowns last night, which was unheard of for the past few years. But it was good to see that both teams asserted their run dominance. Now, Lamar Jackson missed quite a few passes where I kind of was like, man, come on, dude. Like, I understand the running game is superior on that team, but especially in the first half, that was scary. I feel like the Ravens did a good job of just asserting their dominance, as did the Browns. But again, Lamar Jackson has got to throw the football better. The first half, he missed like 2 or 3 wide open throws that I would be condemning Tom Brady for. So I have to be honest with myself here. All right, the Pittsburgh Steelers, are they frauds? Now, as you guys have been able to tell from my previous mic ranks this year of my top 10 NFL teams, the fact is the Pittsburgh Steelers are they're a very ugly 11-2 team now. And yes, I just see 11-2. So undefeated, that ship has sailed. But they still have the best record in the NFL. Now, granted, does that mean that the Steelers obviously have had some luck go their way? Yes. Beating certain teams the way they have, and with who the teams had at quarterback, yes, that would speak volumes with how their season has gone. But they've not just won, they've cooked teams in those games. And really, I have a question for people about the Pittsburgh Steelers. Does this seem interesting to anybody out there who watches this team? It seems interesting. The media wants to paint some picture. The Steelers are just, they're fake this and they're overrated that. But isn't that what good defensive teams do? Every year, the Patriots were not expected to win 6 Super Bowls in 9 tries. But a lot of times, their defense would sneak up on you and just dominate you. The 49ers defense last year was so good. Yeah, Jimmy Garoppolo was not the sexiest guy at quarterback, despite him looking impressive. But Jimmy Garoppolo was not the most impressive offensive guy. Kyle Shanahan made him look that way, but there were still doubts, and rightfully so. But make no mistake, the Pittsburgh Steelers are not frauds. In fact, this was more about the Buffalo Bills, in my opinion. Because, maybe I'm keeping my own agenda here, but I say the Steelers are not frauds, but hear me out. Before the season started, I told you guys Big Ben was going to come back okay, and he has done just that. The running game was going to be low-key impressive, and granted, it hasn't been that great, but you get it. The defense was going to be possibly the best in the NFL. It has been just that. The Steelers have an agenda this year. They know Big Ben's getting older. But unlike the Buccaneers, who are trying to paint some picture that we have some great offense when our quarterback is 43, the Steelers are like, yo, we know Big Ben came off of elbow surgery. So we've been building our defense the last 2 or 3 years to make sure when he is older, we can play around him. Take notes, Packers. That's how you're going to have to deal with Aaron Rodgers. Although we might see Jordan Love sooner than later in the next coming seasons. But the Steelers, this is what they're supposed to do. Pittsburgh is a team that's built on defense. And people have got to realize they're going to win some ugly games. Now, granted, I felt like although the Bills were impressive in their win, Steelers had the chance to win that game multiple times. Like in the first half, I don't think people realized how much the momentum changed in the first half. When that pick six occurred, Bills had 3 points to that point. They had 3 points through one half of football. And their offense still did that until the third quarter. So Steelers controlled a good majority of this game when in the first half. They laid the lumber early. They looked good. But the Bills fought back. And listen, the Buffalo Bills, wow, they have been impressive all year. Josh Allen is too inconsistent for my liking, but Stephon Diggs has already got himself a receiving yards personal best. He already has over 100 catches, if I'm not mistaken. And I feel like that's the Buffalo Bills defense has been impressive as well. Now, there have been times, like I said, where they have not looked good against good teams. But this was more about the Steelers will win ugly games and they're going to lose and look like this sometimes. And the Buffalo Bills did a good job of fighting and dogging through that game. Because that was a dogfight. That was an impressive game. If those two met in the AFC Championship game, I would not be mad whatsoever. And they might do just that. But right now, the Bills are hanging around the Steelers, the Chiefs, the Bills, and the Titans. Those are the 4 teams in the AFC everyone's got to look out for. But right now, I'm loving what I'm seeing. I really am. So when we come back, we're going to talk about Aaron Rodgers and Patrick Mahomes. The question is, what's going to happen with the MVP frontrunner race? Has Aaron Rodgers leapfrogged Patrick Mahomes? We'll talk about that. Also, was I wrong about Jalen Hurts? And later on, my mic rank is still to come. This is Mike Said It First. We'll be right back. If you are watching this show from Georgia, from my Facebook page, thank you so much. It's finally chilly outside again. We have not had a winter yet. Like, it's been cold a couple times. Well, this is ridiculous. I don't understand Georgia weather. It's like Georgia's like, if you show Georgia the word winter, like every senator would go like, what is, how do you spell that, please? Like, use that in a sentence. Like, man, it's cold right now. And then tomorrow, I don't even know what it's going to be. But, I'm just saying. Whatever. Okay. So, on Sunday, the Green Bay Packers beat the Detroit Lions by a score of 31-24. Aaron Rodgers had 4 total touchdowns in the game. The Kansas City Chiefs beat the Miami Dolphins 33-27. Patrick Mahomes had 2 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. Now, naturally, I'll be honest. We're all going to look at this and say, wow, did Mahomes throwing 3 interceptions, was that bad? Guys, come on. I told you guys this on Sunday that Patrick Mahomes was going to be a guy that we're going to look at and we're going to say, it's just unfair what he's doing. Now, Aaron Rodgers has had a great season. But Patrick Mahomes is clearly the best quarterback in the NFL. And I believe that. Patrick Mahomes is painting a picture of a super high expectations. The man had 391 yards, 2 touchdowns, but people want to talk about his 3 interceptions. That's insane to me. That's insane to me. Now, remember when Aaron Rodgers had, like the Packers went up 10-0 on the Buccaneers? It's Tom Brady. And then Rodgers kind of crapped the bed after that? I do too. The Chiefs were down early. And then Tyreek Hill and Mecole Hardman and Patrick Mahomes happened. The Chiefs against a very hard-fighting Dolphins defense was very impressive. Very impressive. Because the fact was, I've been saying it, I've said it in my interview with Will Manso, who's an awesome Miami reporter, has a nice Twitter following as well. I told him it felt like there was a Dolphins culture. Like, we've heard about the Miami Heat culture, but the Miami Dolphins are all of a sudden building a culture of just grit and toughness. You don't know why these guys are good. They're just good. That's what Brian Flores has done with Miami. Listen, they're battling with Tua Tagovailoa right now, who is so good, but he's still unpolished. They're still right there in the AFC East race. Like, after this week, the Buffalo Bills are 10-3. The Dolphins are 8-5. Like, you're right there. Now, the Bills are most likely going to win it. And in fact, I believe if they beat the Broncos, which they will, of course the Bills are going to win the AFC East. Brian Flores has done a great job. Now, I say all of that to say that Patrick Mahomes was great. In fact, the first 2 interceptions that were tipped, the first one, the Van Ginkel guy, gets up and bats the ball away. Mahomes did not know that was going to happen. The guy got up like he had never even fallen. It was like a video game. It was insane. The next interception, he threw the ball. Yeah, his feet weren't set. That was a great ricochet in favor of the Dolphins. And a team like the Dolphins, that's been happening with them all year long. But make no mistake, Patrick Mahomes still threw for 391 yards. And he needed every bit of the 391 yards. I feel like people are getting to the point where we're sick of hearing about Patrick Mahomes. The media, despite them hyping the guy up, they're getting tired of hearing about how great he is. And 400 yards is pretty great. Now, do I believe, to answer the big question, did Aaron Rodgers leapfrog Patrick Mahomes? Yes, but. Yes, because of recency bias. Just like when Aaron Rodgers had a bad game against the Buccaneers, Mahomes kind of pulled away. Well, all people are going to see, all the media is going to see, is 3 interceptions. But make no mistake, Mahomes should be the MVP. I believe he will be the MVP. But if Aaron Rodgers gets it, they're just getting tired of Patrick Mahomes already. He's in his third full year. We're already tired of the guy. He's a monster. I'm salivating right now for Patrick Mahomes. The dude's a beast. But, yeah. Great job for the Chiefs to win that game against a very tough Dolphins team, and for the Packers to escape a division game like that against the Detroit Lions. So, Jalen Hurts has been a guy that I've told you guys before. If you have not been on if you've not seen my show, you will pretty soon. I'm making moves, baby. So Jalen Hurts, and I've told you guys before, Alabama has had two quarterbacks in the last few years. I'm like, dang, I kind of root for this guy. Tua just comes across as a nice dude. And Jalen Hurts, I actually did not like at first. But Jalen Hurts is so darn smart. He's so darn hardworking. You can tell the dude's humble. How can you not root for him? Now, it's funny how the Eagles play the Saints and nobody gives them a chance. I didn't give the Eagles a chance. I picked the Saints with the points, and then I went 4-1 again. Like, I swear my Sunday 5 is going to turn to the Sunday 4 because I feel like people are just, I feel like people are like, wow, I'm always missing a parlay because this dude misses one game. But that's okay. I've got you guys. Got something planned for this week. Now, I do believe that Jalen Hurts had a good game. Was it flawless? No. But once again, the dude, for some reason, was just smart and competitive. I don't know what it is with Jalen Hurts. He cannot throw a football, but sometimes he will. And when he can't throw a football, he'll take off running and slide down smartly. He is one of the smartest quarterbacks you'll ever see, especially as a rookie. This dude does not make mistakes. Carson Wentz has been kind of known for being a gunslinger. The fact is, I feel like that Jalen Hurts, and it's kind of hard for me to say this because I like Carson Wentz. But I don't know what I'm doing here. I don't want to agree with Glenn Kaplan. Like Glenn of Glenn's Dynamic Sports Corner told everybody on Twitter that Carson Wentz is not the guy that he's been comparing Jalen Hurts to Nick Foles. I don't want to overreact because the NFL is so good about getting people to overreact. But if you're the Eagles, again, he can't throw a football. But Jalen Hurts should be the guy moving forward. I said it. I'm sorry. Leave it to Jalen Hurts. Leave it to an Alabama Crimson Tide quarterback. I don't get it. It's so hard. Like, as a person who's tried and true on his agenda, as a person who loves to talk about what I firmly believe in, this is Mike said it first. I just say what credit is due. Carson Wentz tries to be a gamer. Now, maybe I'm saying this because I have a solution for a certain team that I like. Yeah, Eagles, let Carson Wentz go. And there's a place I would love to see him. If you know my show, you know where that place is. But maybe I'll talk about that Sunday or Tuesday. But we'll talk about where I think Carson Wentz should go. I'm sorry. See, Glenn just retweeted the tweet where I said Jalen Hurts pulled off the upset. How impressive was it? And the GIF is of Carson Wentz saying, "I suck." Oh my gosh. When I come back, We're going to get to a show recap, and then we're going to do a mic rank. And another episode of Trending. Thanks, guys, so much for watching. We'll be right back.
James A. Paxton here, weekly blog writer and host of The Media's Input, and this is 12 Ounce Sports.
It's Wednesday, my dude.
Fantastic. He gets all this money, and that's it? We're okay with that? No. Baloney. I'm going to tell you what I think should happen.
The one, the only king on the ice himself, Philly Pete, and we are live on 12 Ounce Sports and Zingo TV, channel 7.
We talk about this every single week. Every single week somebody else is up for the document.
Everyone to talking minors. We're getting new at this thing. Great start to the show, everybody. I'm going to give you all 30 seconds to make sure you get your popcorn and your soda can.
Welcome in live to the 12 Ounce Sports Studio.
World Hockey Report live comes to you on 12 Ounce Sports. Cody Jansen with you, joined with Cam
It's
Jansen.
the one and only Pop DiBiase, the primetime capper, and I got the anglers, the primetime anglers on 12 Ounce Sports.
Smarter by watching the Captain Lou Extravaganza live every Tuesday night at 8 on the 12 Ounce Sports Network.
For the marching exercise, you want to sit down in the center front of your chair, bring your feet shoulder width apart, and form a 90-degree angle with your knees. From here, you're going to lift one foot and raise the opposite arm, just as you march in place in your chair. Make sure you keep that core nice and tight and you breathe into it, and also maintain good posture with a straight back.
It's been a wonderful Tuesday night here on Mike Sit It First, and really on 12 Sports Network in general. Every Tuesday night, we've got 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock is The Burn with Mitch Bernstein. Great show. Lots of Philadelphia talk, lots of, baseball talk over there. The dude is awesome. Does giveaways, all kind of good stuff from Mitch Bernstein. 8 to 10 Eastern is the Captain Lou Extravaganza with Lou Gamelin. Beast of a guy. Beast of a show. Tonight, he gave his top 6 for the NFL. And I don't agree, but, we'll get to that in just a little bit. And from 10 to 11, of course, your boy Mike Sit It First here with me, Michael Carvelis. This is the show recap presented by TorontoSportsNetwork.com/Amazon. It costs you nothing to get last-minute gifts by using our affiliate link. When you use that link, it goes straight to Amazon, but it gives folks like me credits. And, God, I need some credit right now. My credit kind of sucks. So early on, I told you guys that Giannis was going to stay in Milwaukee, and he did. It was great for the NBA that he did so. And now it kind of makes me wonder if the Miami Heat are going to kind of throw the cards and the table and the whole house at James Harden. And please don't do that. But I don't know. It's going to be tough. Ravens defeat the Browns. Lamar Jackson was impressive. The Browns were impressive as well. But the Ravens are kind of asserting their dominance as a run-first team once again. But Lamar, you got to make some throws. The Pittsburgh Steelers. Wow. They're good. But they got beat by the Bills. But ugly wins and ugly losses are what defensive team of the Steelers are going to do. They can win the whole thing, but things have to go their way sometimes. And the Bills were impressive, but as you'll see, they're too inconsistent for my liking. Patrick Mahomes is still the MVP in my eyes, but Aaron Rodgers, due to recency bias, probably leapfrogged him. And, of course, Jalen Hurts. Listen, Carson Wentz, I'm sorry, I know you in Philly. Please get rid of Carson Wentz, Philadelphia Eagles. And maybe I'll say who I think you should go to. But yeah, if you know Mike, you know already. And, of course, now we're going to get to our mic rank. And we'll be right... So we're going to get to our mic rank right here. We'll be right back. A quick little 5-second slide. And we're ready to roll. Top 10 NFL teams next! All right. Thanks so much for tuning in. Remember, every week I do my picks. The spreads are presented by mybookie.ag. You want to make some money? Mybookie.ag is the place to be. But in order to have your first deposit bonus up to $1,000, you have to enter the promo code 12 Sports. Promo code 12OZ Sports, all caps, no spaces. No one does it. But 12 Sports and MyBookie. Believe that. Okay, let's spend some time on the mic rank, okay? So, I actually like this one a lot because I feel like it's a good one. I feel like now the teams are starting to, assert their dominance. So, number 10 is the Baltimore Ravens. Why are the Ravens so low? Because they just started getting it going again. I have to see more than being a bad Cowboys team and a Browns team they always beat anyways. But Greg Roman and the crew have Lamar Jackson kind of playing well again. We'll see if the Ravens can make a late push. Number 9, the Indianapolis Colts. Okay, so the Colts, my Colts, Phillip Rivers has done well, finally. We beat the brakes off the Raiders, which I thought we would. 3-point spread was way too generous for Las Vegas. And I told you guys the reason was Jonathan Taylor was back. I love Jonathan Taylor. I hope his wheels don't fall off, but I love that dude. And we have so many injuries on offense, and we're still playing well. Great job for Frank Reich and the Colts. Number 8, the Buccaroos, okay? The Buccaneers beat the Vikings. I get it. That was fantastic. But the way they did it was so stupid. Cody Parkey, who's a Chicago Bears legend, just ask Mitchell Trubisky, who had a great game. Cody Parkey missed 3, no, that was Dan Bailey, I'm an idiot. Dan Bailey missed 3 field goals, and there's only an extra point. What? Oh, good Lord. It was Dan Bailey, by the way, not Cody Parkey, so I apologize for saying that. But what in the devil? So, Tom Brady had such an inconsistent game. He was every bit of 43 once again. But his Colt fan base will not tell you that that was a thing. But it's whatever. I just feel like the Buccaneers are just too inconsistent. Way too inconsistent. I don't know when their defense will show up. I don't know if they can beat a good team. I've seen them on like 5 or 6 national televised games, and they have been awful. I don't know what they're trying to do over there. Number 7, the Los Angeles Rams squad. Jared Goff was not great when I saw him against the Buccaneers, but Jared Goff is still doing enough. Henderson and Cam Akers are beasts at running back, along with Malcolm Brown. They still have Cooper Kupp, Robert Woods. That defense is lights out. The Rams are a very tough team to play, especially come playoff time. Number 6, the Buffalo Billionaires. Why are the Bills so low? Because the Bills are still inconsistent. They beat the Steelers. But I still feel like the Steelers are better. I still feel like the Bills have to show me week in and week out if they can be consistent, and I have not seen that yet from them. Number 5, the New Orleans Saints. Why are the Saints here despite losing to the Eagles? Why, Mike? It's very simple. Drew Brees is not dead. The Saints will play the Chiefs this Sunday. I cannot wait to pick that game. But we're never going to see Jameis Winston, Taysom Hill, or Drew Brees. So we'll see what happens. Right now, the Saints are still a good defensive team. They still have a good offense with Alvin Kamara. Michael Thomas is finally getting back to form. Traquan Smith, Emmanuel Sanders. Saints are not going anywhere. Number 4, this team is purely number 4 because Derrick Henry's a monster. Derrick Henry. Oh my, this dude will not go down. Best running back in football is not close. I used to say Christian McCaffrey was, but Derrick Henry has completely been awesome this year. Awesome this year. He's one of my favorite MVP candidates this year as a dark horse MVP guy. And Ryan Tannehill, when A.J. Brown is healthy, they're great. They're a really good football team. Number 3, the Pittsburgh Steelers. Why are they still so high? Because they know how to win. They lost the Bills. I get that. They didn't lose in a bad way. They fought, and they had a first half lead almost. Listen, guys, the Steelers are going to be a tough out in the playoffs. They could very well make the AFC Championship. They could very well make the Super Bowl if they play around and beat the Chiefs. Number 2, the Green Bay Packers. Aaron Rodgers is that dude. Aaron Jones is that other dude. Devontae Adams, have you seen him? Wow. Packers are playing great this year. Matt LaFleur is doing a great job over there in Green Bay, Wisconsin. And number 1, still, the Kansas City Chiefs. They will win it again. I truly believe that. I'm not faltering on this position. They're going to be great. And this year is going to be no exception. Okay, when I come back, what's trending? We're talking about all the other stuff in sports on Mike's in the First. We'll be right back.
Welcome to MyBookie. You're ready to create an account and start making money, and we're here to help. And remember, you can get a bonus of up to $1,000 on your first deposit. Now you're ready to bet. Just go to mybookie.ag, visit the sportsbook, click on your bet, and input the amount you want to risk or win in the bet slip. Yes, it's that easy. Just remember, at MyBookie, you play, you win, you get paid.
At Amazon, we're pretty good at getting things done. We're pretty good at solving problems. COVID-19 is the biggest challenge we've had to face. But challenges are what motivate us. Like flying masks to our employees around the world. We're doing everything we can to get you what you need, and doing everything we can to keep our people safe. I'm former Navy pilot Sarah Rhodes, and I'm proud to lead our Amazon Air network.
What's going on, everybody? This is the trending portion of the show. Thanks so much for tuning in and watching. This is the part of the show where we talk about pop culture and all kind of good stuff on a good old Tuesday night. Okay, why is Kendrick Perkins trending again? Oh, okay, I get you. Kendrick Perkins, and I believe Barry McCockner on Twitter actually tweeted this first. Well, there you go. James Harden looks just like Kendrick Perkins. That's hysterical, actually. So that's why Kendrick Perkins is trending. Dwight Howard had a nice alley-oop against the Celtics. The guy who did this, he's resting and getting better, but Nathan Apodaca has COVID-19. I do not like TikTok, but that dude's cool. Tom Cruise got really mad at some people in the Mission Impossible 7 set because they were like violating safety protocols. So that was interesting. About COVID-19, so cool. We might finally have a vaccine. I'm not going to take it. I hate shots. I hate needles. Like, I could literally give an open heart surgery, like right now, just open you up, go inside all your guts and everything. I cannot stand needles in the opening part. Oh, no. Heck no. Oh, good Lord. So, here's the college football playoff ranking. I don't want to see it. There it is, right here. Okay. Alabama, Notre Dame will get smacked by anybody they play, Clemson, and Ohio State, who's played like 5 games. Now, granted, I believe that Ohio State is the third best team. I get it. I believe that. But there's been a lot of backlash because the Buckeyes, of course, are, they're hated by a lot of people. But I do believe the Buckeyes are a borderline great team. It may not show, but yeah. Leave that guy alone. Keontae Johnson is in stable condition and breathing on his own. Breathing on his own! That is such... Oh, my Lord. This is the guy who collapsed on the court. I still have not seen the video, but that's kind of sad. But Keontae Johnson is doing better. He's breathing on his own. Which, God forbid, I hope he is. Holy cow. That's awful. Giannis, of course, signed a $228.2 million supermax extension with the Bucks. Where's some more stuff? Too bad Alabama Crimson Tide are not good in basketball. They're losing to Furman. What? Come on, dude. This is huge, by the way. The Cleveland baseball team. We can no longer see the word Indian, apparently, in America. That's impressive. That's pretty much that. And also let's go to the 12sports.com website. This is really cool. Let me go and spread this out a little bit here. Oh, yeah. Fill the cup, baby. Tyler Valdez, who I interviewed on 12 Sports on the Mike Sit It First show. Players to fade this year. Joel Embiid might be a guy. He might get injured again. Okay, so Cody Jansen of the World Hockey Report and 12 Sports co-owner. Here's his top 4 in the college football rankings. Ohio State, Alabama, Notre Dame, and Coastal Carolina. Holy cow, dude. San Jose State, UConn. I love this. Cody's funny. They Squares, of course, always doing great stuff. This is a great article by Jeff Beck, by the way. Let's read this together. The exclusive club known as the College Football Playoff. Okay, ready for this? In a year dominated by political chaos, a deadly virus, shortened sports seasons, and various other things bumming us out, the college football season had a chance to help us end the year on a high note. Cue the horn section. Wah, 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 wow. The committee, otherwise known as the good old boys, this guy's insane, decided a 2-loss Iowa State team should be ranked 12 spots higher than Louisiana Lafayette, a team they lost to. Not only did they lose to them, they got dominated 31-14. To put things in perspective, Iowa State's other loss was by 3 points to Oklahoma State, a 3-loss team. Lafayette's only loss of the year is by 3 points to Coastal Carolina, number 13th ranked team. The crimes did not stop in the Sun Belt Conference. Undefeated and 8th ranked AAC member Cincinnati has not moved up the rankings. Both AP and now the playoff ranking, since they reached their peak at 7. If they beat number 24 Tulsa this Saturday, a game scheduled because of COVID, and they will likely be Tulsa again, the conference title game on the table, they will be tossed to bone with some New Year's Day game. I love this article. Oh. What am I doing here? Wow, thanks. Okay, there we go. As if that's what every team starts training camp for. A patronizing invite to a meaningless bowl game. On the college football playoff website, yesterday's December entity from the NCAA and in bed with ESPN, the mothership. It claims every team is treated equally and has equal opportunity to make the playoffs. Bull jive! Bull jive, says Beck. 3 lost North Carolina and Texas, and 2 lost Iowa, are all ahead of undefeated Colorado, another Power 5 team. Beck's a Big Ten guy. Believe him when he says Iowa is dog something something. Sorry, Hawkeye fans, being ranked 16th is in name only. Fanning the flames for boy Beck. College football has reared its ugly head this year. Rule changes, fudging the numbers in the rankings, and now blatant disrespect of those who don't feed the cash cow. A direct contradiction to their mission statement. In other words, business as usual in this bull jive good old boy network. George Carlin once had a bit about the customer-businessman relationship. The customer always gets a really big spot from the businessman as the businessman carefully positions himself behind the customer. Listen. Beck, you are a joy. I love Jeff Beck is awesome, dude. Jeff Beck's awesome, okay? So, that's pretty much it for my show tonight. The article cracked me up. But I'll be real with you guys. I don't understand what college football is trying to do. There's Washington literally was bounced from the Pac-12 title game because they had COVID. So now Oregon gets to go in there. What? How in the world is Oregon, if they win, how are they supposed to be Pac-12 champions if they weren't even in there in the first place? That baffles me. It literally baffles me, and I don't understand what's going on in sports right now. I just hope this vaccine is quick. I really do, because that's bad. That is terrible. The NFL is doing it right, I guess. But I told you guys the NBA did it right in the first place. They're the championship everybody wanted to see, and that's the championship that's been done right. Shout out to the Stanley Cup of the NHL as well. We're doing the same. Come on, man. We're taking another commercial break, then wrap it up next. This is Mike Smith first.
Drink Aid, ready for distribution worldwide.
James A. Paxton here, weekly blog writer and host of The Media's Input, and this is 12 Ounce Sports.
It is Wednesday, my dude.
Fantastic. It's all this money, and that's it? We're okay with that? No. Baloney. I'm going to tell you what I think should happen.
The one, the only king on the ice himself, Philly Pete, and we are live on 12 Ounce Sports and Zingo TV, channel 7.
We talk about this every single week. Every single week somebody else is up for the document.
Everyone, 2 talking minors. We're getting new at this thing. Great start to the show, everybody. I'm going to give you all 30 seconds to make sure you get your popcorn and your soda can.
Welcome in live to the 12 Ounce Sports Studio.
World Hockey Report live comes here on 12 Ounce Sports. Cody Jansen with you, joined with Cam
It's
Jansen.
the one and only Pop DiBiase, the primetime capper. And I got the anglers, the primetime anglers on 12 Ounce Sports.
by watching the Captain Lou Extravaganza live every Tuesday night at 8 on the 12 Ounce Sports Network.
Drink Aid, ready for distribution worldwide.
Welcome to MyBookie. You're ready to create an account and start making money, and we're here to help. And remember, you can get a bonus of up to $1,000 on your first deposit. Now you're ready to bet. Just go to mybookie.ag, visit the sportsbook, click on your bet, and input the amount you want to risk or win in the bet slip. Yes, it's that easy. Just remember, at MyBookie, you play, you win, you get paid.
At Amazon, we're pretty good at getting things done. We're pretty good at solving problems. COVID-19 is the biggest challenge we've had to face. The challenges are what motivate us. Like flying masks to our employees around the world. We're doing everything we can to get you what you need, and doing everything we can to keep our people safe. I'm former Navy pilot Sarah Rhodes, and I'm proud to lead our Amazon Air network.
That's right, big things happening here. Some Sports got so many great sponsors. MyBookie.ag, Zingo TV channel 761, and promo code 12 ounce. Lots of good stuff here. Thanks so much for tuning into Mike Said It First. It's been real. Tuesday nights are always electric on 12 Ounce Sports, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Zingo TV. It's been awesome. Follow me on Twitter, MKADHD. And that's pretty much it for the Tuesday night show. Again. See you guys next time. And, oh yeah. I'll show you. I don't ever show the world my 12 Ounce Sports, not 12 Ounce Sports, but my, little thing. What in the world is this? Yes, it's a nightlight, okay? I swear, I'm going to do a segment to do with the dinosaur, okay? Thanks so much for watching and listening, guys. And I'll see you guys next time. Proof.